Hello everyone, it's Daren with Madcap Toys. Welcome back to the Toy Barn. Today has been an exciting day. I believe Kathy said we've got a total of 10 sales. All sites are firing. We've got a 7, a 2, and a 1 in sales for eBay, Mercari, and Poshmark, which is really good. I like to see all the sites shooting off and running for us like they should. And to be honest with you, that's about right as far as the numbers. We ought to have most of our items 70-80% on eBay, seeing as what we put in there, how much we spend on the site, the promotions, etc. and so forth. And you get about 20-30% on Mercari, and then you should have 10-20% or so on Poshmark once in a while. But things are going really well. Our 50% off Blitz sale that we've been doing as of late has been going pretty good. We had a day when it first started, we was doing about 50% sales. The other day, it's a little down. It's about 20-some to 25% sales by the time the day ended. Then, let's see, is today the third day?
I believe so.
I think it's the third day. It could be the fourth day, guys, so I might be off, so don't take this as, Bible. But today, I think our sales are picking up on my 50% because I think since late last night, I'm anywhere from 30 to 40, maybe 50% have been my 50% off as far as the sales. We've been getting a lot of hits and bites on that, which I'm really great. Now, I want to tell some of you guys why I did a 50% off sale and why it was for only 5 days. When I do sales for a month, you basically get your items started at that month. And when you start the sale, it seems like your items are seen at first by your buyers or potential buyers, prospective buyers, for the first day, and then the second day it sort of tapers off, i.e. like it did with this sale, or seems to have. And then towards the end of the sale, around the second or third day from the end of the sale, all of a sudden those items start reappearing in the search listings or in your store, or however eBay does it, in front of potential buyers or interested people at that time. So they sort of get moved up. So I've learned 30 days don't work very well for us, so I'm not wasting my time on that, locking up a bunch of items that are going to be on sale and probably not get looked at. And I don't like really doing anything like 21 days, and 15 days is a little bit, but I just figured we do a 4 or 5 day sale because they seem to work right. And by that time, we can take and start reconfiguring what we want to do for the next potential sale later on. You don't want to have very often, now you do what works for you, but I've noticed that if you put sales back to back, it usually ends up hurting you a little bit more than it helps you. And it just seems like your customers, your loyal, faithful customers, because we get a lot of repeat buyers here at Madcap Toys, they don't have a chance to let's say breathe and take a breath. So you need to give them a little bit of time to breathe, maybe a week or a couple weeks. Let them have a breath and let things do its normal selling venue. Each of you may have a various different interpretation on that. You can tell us how you feel about the idea in the comments below, and tell us what you found your best selling method, as in sales on your site or your store. But to me, it's usually been where you do a quick flash sale and then you pull it off and you wait a little bit and then you put another one back on. That way your customers can breathe, especially your repeat customers. Because if you have like Madcap Toys, we've got a lot of good repeat faithful customers, and we appreciate each and every one of you guys. And it just seems like that's what works for us a lot better. But let me know in the comments below what you think works for you and what is the best sales method that you like. But to me, doing it that way seems to work. Kathy, what else have we got? Anything else?
I do have something to ask.
Okay, come on up.
No, actually, you're going to be answering it.
Okay.
I got someone that emailed us a question.
Okay, we got a viewer question, which we don't normally do it like this. We answer directly to them.
It through us through the email. So.
Okay. That's another thing, guys. We get questions. A lot of people don't see about 90% of the questions we get from viewers. A lot of times we'll get them basically personal through our Facebook page, through the Twitter, through what's that other page we use a lot of that we don't... I can't ever think of that page. I don't know why.
We use Reddit.
Yeah, we've got Reddit, various other pages that we use and formats that we use and keep up with our little
Facebook
groups.
page.
And our Facebook page is the biggest one. But a lot of that's just personal PMs, private messages to us, or sometimes direct comments on our YouTube videos. But most of our questions come from people that sort of semi feel like they know us because they feel like they get a better answer, I believe, if they ask us direct that way. All right, what's the question, Kath?
I got, first of all, Daren and Kathy, thank you so much for posting your videos. Really appreciate it. I do have a question for you. Should I still answer prospective buyers' questions? Normally I write detail ads, lots of pics, but I understand sometimes there can be unclear things, and normally I'm happy to answer. But lately I've been getting tons of the, well, I'm sure this practice has a name, but I don't know it. If you know what it is called, tell me. Where the buyer will ask you a few obvious questions as a way to open up communication so they can then try to lowball you later on.
Okay.
Since they know sellers will mostly ignore their lowball offers if they ask up front. It's gotten pretty bad. It didn't used to be like this. Up to 90% of questions I've gotten the last few months are just people trying to lowball me. Worst one, keep asking me stuff for almost a week just to lowball me 50% off, then insult me when I don't accept. So Dan, should I just ignore them all?
Who is this? Do they give you a name?
They didn't really give a name.
Okay, we're going basically without a name here. I don't know by which venue they're asking us this question. My personal opinion is, all right, guys, I get low balls all the time. For instance, I had the other day a guy that had one feedback, new account on eBay. What that will usually tell you guys, and there's other sellers out there might disagree with this. I've done this for going on 24 years. My experience from 24 years is when you have somebody with a big zero debit dot, as my dad would call it, 1 feedback, 10 feedbacks, 100 feedbacks, there's usually a reason. Number one, like you know, it's usually because it's a new account. Somebody's just turned 18 if they do it legally, right? So now they can buy off eBay. That's fine.
Or they're new to the reselling field.
Yeah, somebody's trying to build up feedback, so they're buying stuff so they can get so far so that people will think when they sell something, they know a little bit of what they're doing, okay? But instead of selling, it's buying feedback. But my biggest answer to that is if you lowball me continuously, eventually my go-to answer for this individual, don't waste your time, block them. And some people say, don't do that. I don't agree with it. Everybody has their personal own opinion, but here's my reason, guys. I don't have time to take low ball, no buy answers or questions all the time. I literally had one day, several years ago, I had 175 questions. One day. This has been several years ago before I started implementing what we do now. Nowadays, I'll get, 20, 25 questions at most on average.
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay, and that'll be on 3 sites, guys. Because most people that have dealt with me know that I'll take an honest, a fair offer. But when I've got a $175 coin and you offer me $75 for it, that's not going to end well for you with me, because that's bull. Basically, everybody thinks, well, if I give him the lowest ball number I can, then he'll come back somewhere up here. I'll ship him another and he'll come down. The idea is to get you to come down, like the gentleman or lady said, to get you to move downward. Your job as a seller is not to always move downward. Your job is, what did you pay for the item? What do you want to get out of the item? Because you have to keep in mind, you're paying for storage. Right. You're paying if you went and found the item. You had to pay to get to where the item was and buy the item. You may have paid tax on the item if you don't have a number, right? And then think about this. You want to get paid for putting the item on, and you took of your personal time and time away from your family, your husband, your wife, your kids, whatever, if you have any, and took and put that on. So you as a seller deserve so much of a return on a given item. If you're offering me $75 on a $175 item, you're wasting my time. I'm not going to do the tennis ball back and forth with you till we get somewhere close to where you want. And I'm going to tell you, whoever asked this question, those people, 80 to 90% of the time, will not buy an item from you. If you get people saying, hey, can I have more details? They're not wanting the item 90% of the time. They're wanting you to give them more information so you can fill in the details in the description, the title, or in the brackets to where you put those tags out, because they're wanting to sell your item for themselves at a higher price and take your customers and make them their customers.
Right.
So making you compete against yourself selling your own item. So if they're lowballing you, I would just say forget it. All right. Somebody that's serious will usually only take and offer maybe 20 to 25% at lowest offer on an item if they're serious. Now you're going to have others offer you something once in a while. If they think it's overpriced, don't waste your time. Move on. Find somebody that's lower priced. If it's better, go to someone else if you think so. But if it's lower priced and they think you're too high, they're going to let you know. And another thing is, guys, if they don't want your product, they're just wasting your time. There's people, we had a person the other day, one feedback, buy an item, never paid for the item. They got the item at 50% off, never paid for the item. If they don't want to buy it and can't buy it at 50% or won't buy it at 50%, they're not going to buy it at any price, because a lot of these people are just bogus buyers and they are resellers. And they're trying to take your product or my product and put it out there and say it's our product. I have seen this last year about 10 to 12 of my items on some other listings on Mercari, on eBay. Haven't seen it at Poshmark that I'm aware of. But a lot of our items end up in somebody else's store somehow. And we don't even go look for them. We just are shopping once in a while, seeing what our competition has, browsing through the listings. And there's my item. By God, that's my picture too. I've even seen my item with Madcap Toys little item in the picture. You know, that little card that we oftentimes use so people will know it's us. But guys, I'm telling you, there's no sense in playing the lowball game, because what these guys are doing to want you get you as low as they can, oftentimes they'll say, well, I need free shipping on this too. And the whole plan is to get you as low as they can so that if they sell the item, they'll buy it at a low dollar amount from you. But guys, most of the times, even when they're saying they're going to buy it, they won't buy it until or unless it sells. We've even had people that bought an item off of us when we made deals back years ago, great deals, that as soon as they took and somebody decided to cancel on them or give a refund to them or ask for a return or whatever, they'd ship the item back to us and want us to reimburse them for buying the item and what they spent to somebody else. And we didn't even know that somebody else had a transaction with them.
It's true. So
you just got to be careful as a seller. It's usually not your products. It's usually not your pricing. I don't care what a lot of people say. 24 years has a lot of weight behind it. It's usually not you. They're trying to fish and get a product at a price that they just can't lose. I mean, it's a win-win for them. And you're going to be the one keeping it in storage usually until they sell it. So you do what works for you, but that's just the way we usually run it, Kathy. What do you think? You think I got it?
Absolutely. And I mean, in my opinion, of course, I'm more of a passive type, but I mean, it just depends on what you're selling. Now, of course, if I got, like Daren said, in the lowballing game and someone started to, really, really lowball, almost beyond impossible or unreasonable offers,
like instantaneously,
then, or if they were just too not weird, so to speak, but very, I don't know, demanding or
Yeah.
really, like the guy said, obvious questions when it's right there, that's when it's going to start to make me feel like, okay, I don't want to deal with you because this feels like to me it could, if you do purchase the item, it's going to become a return.
A headache.
I just had that recently with a Barbie that we sold recently, where it was the exact Barbie as far as you know, we had a stock photo because we sell thousands of items on some of these things. But they wanted to make sure that the hair was parted just right the way they wanted it. The eyes had enough makeup the way they wanted it. Before when she purchased it, then was worried about it. And then I sent her she said, I want to see the exact item. I said, that's fine. I took a picture of her front and back before I shipped it. She didn't respond after she looked. So anyway, after we shipped the item, then she responded without, you know, emailing us. She went and responded and started a return. Of course, eBay approved it automatically through their little algorithm machine, and now it's a return. So, and then she said, it just didn't look like what I wanted it to look like, the last one that I had. So if you feel like you're going to get those type of individuals that it's going to cost you a lot to work with, sometimes it's best just not to
avoid the problem,
to avoid
cut it off the past.
It's just best to avoid those problems if at all possible, if you get what I'm saying. So
Right. Well, I mean, and also another thing that you need to think of, do you want to take the time to have to deal with it?
Right.
Guys, one thing this gentleman or lady gave us in this question, if the gentleman or lady had given a picture, given the title with all the details,
right,
given detailed description. Now, I'm not talking maybe a 1 or 2 word description, but given a general description. This is a 2016 comic or action figure or dress or whatever the issue is, new, with tag or whatever the case may be. If they've given the details in the description, total detailed description, and that's very important,
right,
detailed description, you can't want a whole bunch more. I had an individual on Macari that I just ended up blocking about 2 days ago. I had a good title, a dated title, keyword title. I had a keyword description. I had a good description telling everything from the year to, in this case, a mint mark, on down the whole lines on this one coin. And by the way, what it was a 24 karat gold plated by HSN Buffalo nickel coin, Jim BU, never in circulation, brand new, from a roll that we had bought years and years ago. Yeah, and I still have a few of them, right? And they said, can you give me more detail? I asked a question. After looking at the title, looking at the photos, which were very good, looking at the description, looking at the keywords,
right,
I said, what do you want to know?
Right.
3 days, nothing.
Nope.
And so you know what? I figured this is a competitive buyer or seller trying to take my item, trying to describe my product better than I am, supposedly, assuming, right? And I blocked them because, guys, it's like this. If you don't have the product, don't try to sell somebody else's product.
That's right.
Because you know what? What if I sold that product? You're going to give somebody a bad experience, and then that's going to make Macari, in that case, have a bad experience.
Right.
And then people's all going to say that have this experience because of that supposed seller that doesn't have the product. This site's no good, and you're going to have all kinds of bad reps going on about Macari sellers and all this junk because of somebody that's being a pretender and not a real seller. If you don't have a product, don't sell it.
Exactly.
Okay? Simple.
You know, people like you and I are not drop shipping companies, and eBay and the rest discourage it anyway, right?
Let me get your bag, baby. Your
my day job, all that blah blah blah, still in the outfit, but yeah. So I mean, they're using people like you and I
for their inventory,
fund their inventory that they don't even have, and then try to make it, you know, miserable for people like us. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, they're taking and shortcutting the system. And I'm not against people that's new and starting out. Everybody does.
Right.
Okay, you may start out with 10 items and grow gradually. But you know what? When you've worked hard like us and other people in this business, you don't want somebody taking everything you worked for and not just trashing your reputation and everybody else's reputation that's really trying to sell on there,
Right.
that's actually got the product, you're taking and trying to discourage people from coming on if they have a bad experience with you, because you're trying to shortcut it
Right.
by not doing the work, the labor, and doing the shopping yourself.
Right,
you know?
exactly. Alrighty, guys, so we're going to get on right to it. Hey, I actually see one of the items that I need for tomorrow, but you
What
can
is
wait.
it?
The Wampa. The Wampa. He's Darren likes to pile toys way high up in the sky for short people like us.
I'm a stacker.
Right? For short people like us that can't get to those things. So, God forbid if something happens to him, I'm going to have to bring it down a few.
Well, you got Adam, Gordon, and Justin.
Yeah, try to get them scheduled to come over, sure. Yeah. Right? All right.
They're all taller than me.
Not our youngest. He's about he's a shorty. Anyway, let's get on to it. So we have 10 items up for grabs. eBay, Mercari, and Poshmark. Y'all did great at this time. We do have more, guess what? More pending orders for tomorrow in our next video, which is great. And when we hit record, and I was waiting on Daren to waltz out here, found out we sold yet another item. So there we go. That will be due, whatever will be due on Thursday. So there you go. So eBay just keeps chucking them the next day, the next day, the next day. So that's what we'll do. But yeah, great, good stuff. It was one of our half-off promos, so people are taking advantage of it. Love it, love it. So again, 7 items on eBay. We had 2 sell on Mercari and 1 that had been pending over the weekend on Poshmark. So once I push that out, Poshmark will be caught up. So let's do that. So we're going to start out with Poshmark since we had just one of those. You'll probably hear Daren moving things around a little bit, but we're trying to get things straightened in the toy barn. I'm getting things good to go. I don't know why Poshmark is acting a little crazy with their website. There we go. As soon as I said something, that's when it decided to pop up. Isn't it the way it always goes? All right. So we've been selling some clothing, even on Poshmark, even without Daren's 50% promotion, because that's not happening on Poshmark right now. This is beautiful. I actually sold a purple one.
That is not it.
Oh, the Wampa's way back in the back. Like, you have to probably move all this on the other side. I can see him right there.
On this side?
Yeah, yeah. He's got time, right, guys? All right, so this is the... I'm kind of holding it up here. It's from A New Day, so this came from one of our Target palettes last fall. A New Day women's short puff sleeve eyelet top, and it's white, size large. And it's going out to, and it's a username, so bear with me, TUE88188. And it's sold for $10 plus shipping to boot. There we go. We got some chorus there. Shipping to boot. Thank you so much for that. Really nice. I think there was a slight offer on it. Again, I think I paid $2.50 for this particular palette last year per item, so made bank. Thank you so much for that. I love when I get to sell clothes. Like I said, we have so many clothing, guys, that pieces that need to kind of slim down before I'm able to start buying clothing palettes again, because we just have so much.
We won't be buying clothing palettes, but we will be getting palettes.
Absolutely. But when it does slim down a little bit, that's when I'll be able to tell Daren, hey, we can kind of do it again. All right, now we're going to go to Mercari. Had a couple of them skim through last night. One of them, this one, we had in our toy store back in the 2015, 2016. You guys probably know.
Double check.
The Minions. Yeah, that's it, of course. This is from the Minions movie. This is Play-Doh Despicable Me stamp and roll set. And makes me go to the next page. And it's going out to Bobby. Hey, Bobby. For $12. Really nice. Looks like Daren had put it maybe in the toy window. Slightly faded here. Not a lot, but a little bit. But it's still good. It's still fun and great to play with. And it's going out to Bobby in the AM tomorrow. And then from our Daren's NASCAR buy back in the day, we're selling more and more NASCAR, which is great. Or I call it NASCAR. It could be something different from Revell, but we're just going to go with that. This is from the Revell series. The 1/24 scale die-cast car Kodak Sterling Marlin is the name. And gotta go inside the order to find the person. It's going on a UPS. Going out to San Bernardino, California. Going out to Davy Dave. Hey, Davy Dave. For $27. I really like this. Remember back in the day when we took pictures and used Kodak film? And you had to make sure you put it in right. And then you had to take it out when it was done. And then you had to go all the way to your local pharmacy or department store, put it in an envelope. And then you had to wait about a week for it to come back and then had to pay for it every time. Yeah, I lived through those days. I'm kind of thankful that we can take pictures now and put them in cloud storage and have them without having to pay bundles and bundles for pictures, because it just seemed like back then when you're poor working minimum wage, when you're young, you can't really afford to take a lot of pictures. So it really, really helped when they did that. So thank you so much, Davy Dave. That's going out to you in the AM. Going out UPS in the AM. We've had a lot of UPS orders as of late.
Yes, we have.
All right, and then we still got 7 more guys from eBay. This one I dug. Daren said, you go out. I'm going to go out to the barn and look for it. You go to the Marvel comic area in the garage and look for it. And whoever finds it first wins. Well,
guess the other one.
Guess who won over here? All right.
Like there's a chance.
So, you know, I had to make sure I get my shoes on, put all the, comics back, run out going, I got it. So you stop looking. So this is a 2000 Marvel Comics X-Men Giant Size number 100. Going out to Jeff. Hey, Jeff. And also want to share your business. It's called Into the Void Comics. Check it out on eBay. And it sold for $4.99. So this was a 50% off promo. So if you were looking for this as little as last week, you would have paid about probably about $9.99 for this. So great savings. Jeff, going out to you tomorrow. Thank you so much. And again, if you've been watching a while, we always sell coins. There's always a coin, at least a coin or so. There's sometimes not, but at least one coin. This is the 1906 Indian Head Cent in fine condition. It came from Coin Album 6. Going out to Rosemary. Hi, Rosemary. For $4.75, which is probably about a quarter more than what we had tagged on there. So very good. Going out to you. And we got these from a pallet buy recently. And Daren was trying to get one of them down. He said, well, I thought I gave you just one. And that we have 11 of these. But I was so happy when I pulled these out. So this came from a Target pallet buy. You guys are probably familiar with the Wonder Shop brand around at Christmas time. I love this candy cane look. Gorgeous.
If we need more garland, I'm just going to be honest with you. I may buy some off our store because I like it.
I just bought big frilly ones already from Hobby Lobby for the tree.
Okay, well, then I guess I probably won't this year.
I'm sorry,
I really do like it. Am I getting a new tree?
It depends if the wife makes a lot more money. We'll see.
Come on, wife.
We'll see. Anyway, so Wonder Shop. This is only 10 foot. I actually bought really thick of this color because my tree loves that, and it's so gorgeous when it's up. But it's the Tinsel Christmas Garland Red Silver going out to Susan. Hey, Susan. For $7.39 at a slight, like a 10% off. Nothing very big. It wasn't a half off promo. And we have 11 more sets of these. Yeah, and so they really look nice. So if you're interested in how beautiful it is, if you've got a nice little tree,
now how
gorgeous.
Long are they?
10 foot.
10 foot, okay.
At least that's what it
10
says.
10 feet, all right.
Yeah, 10 feet. That is kind of tall a little bit. Yeah, 10 feet. Yeah. And like I said, mine that I bought was white and red and really thick. Because our tree is kind of fat.
Well, I just like the way the color sort of, it looks almost like a candy sparkle, like Granny or somebody put sugar on it or something.
Yeah, exactly. You know? All right, going out to Susan. And this, I kind of cringed a little when it sold, but it's okay because life moves on and it's time to look for other things. This is from the 80s, guys. It is a vintage Barbie. It is the 1989 Peach Pretty Barbie Special Limited Edition Doll actually it came from River Shelf 1. It was part of the half off promotion. So Rebecca, you got a really good deal here. It sold for $19.99. Really good, because this is probably worth up to 40 some bucks. So.
Yeah, how much was it then?
Half off. They got it for $19.99. I think it was roughly about $39.99 at one time. So
to me, I
really
enjoy
nice.
it because I'll be honest with you, some of these dolls are old like that one, but they're still in great condition.
Oh, it's
brand
perfect.
new. It's just
perfect.
Age is starting to show a little bit.
Every day, I mean, you can't every day find a pretty Barbie. So that's really cool. All right. And then from the Transformers series, you want to hold this up for me?
Yeah, I'll hold it.
You want to be our model?
I'll be it. I don't look too good because I've been
all right, that's okay.
moving around.
So from the Transformers Age of Extinction Construct Bots, Dynafire, Grimlock, and Optimus Prime, found on our Transformers Shelf 1. Going out to Angelica. Hi, Angelica, for $29.49. This was another half off promotion.
Yeah, really nice. Really nice.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like the half off promos do ignite other sales that are not half off promos. So right after we had this sale yesterday, we got one that was just a promoted listing sale.
You want me to hold that one too?
Yeah, turn it around for us. Nothing, you know, it was still being promoted. There was no offer on it. There could have been maybe like a little bit on the penny side, but...
And guys, this has an action figure with it. Most of you collectors would know that, but that has an action figure.
It is a 2016 new Mitten Box Hasbro Star Wars Rogue One TIE Striker going out to Eleanor. Hi, Eleanor, for $23.
That's a good buy.
I'd say it was roughly a 15% off offer there.
That's a very good buy.
Perfect. And then I believe we've got this here. I think this could be our last one. You want to model this, huh?
Sure.
Well, men don't wear it, but yeah, I couldn't fit it anyway. But it's a women's quilted utility jacket, universal thread, colonial blue, size extra small. It came from one of our pallet buys this year. Going out to Maya. Hi, Maya. And it was a 50% off promo. Sold for $11.50 plus
shipping to boot. Now, a story about this. I remember my granny and my grandma both having a jacket just about like that. One worked at
utility jackets.
Yeah, one worked at Westinghouse and one worked over at RCA. So I think that's like a woman's work jacket.
Yeah, pretty much, or pretty much kind of like a style.
Yeah.
It looks like they might be working, but maybe more of like a streetwear look.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's all I had, guys, from here. Again, we had a pending order come up as soon as we hit record, which we love those. We have, with that one, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pending orders for the next video already, right? Crazy good.
That's very good.
7 pending orders for the next video. So Wampa's not going to be, showing off today. It'll be on the next video because we've got a lot more to find and that upcoming for the next time. Yeah. But guys, again, if you got any questions like that, like you did today, like a viewer had talked to us, send us your emails.
Personal or otherwise.
You can also PM us on our Facebook page, Madcap Toys. And also, too, just to make a quickie, we're resellers, right? We're just like you. We may have a niche name, but we sell basically anything and everything we can get our paws on at really good low prices to give it back to the people. So we kind of sort of want to collaborate with folks, even if they call themselves pickers or flippers or resellers. We have that niche, but we mostly sell toys, but we also sell, as you guys see, a lot of other things too. So if you're looking to do a collaboration or just want to be amongst our group, let us know and we would love to be a part of that. Anything else?
Yes, don't forget to give the old thumbs up, subscribe, follow, share the video, and comment below.
And hit the bell for all notifications because each and every time we upload content,
we got all busy.
You're going to be the first to know. I know, at the end. All right, guys, until next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.